you can see, I think this is logged in from an account. If we just say sign out from this logged in account, so what it will show you, right? Okay, yeah. So once you go to GitHub, right, you will see these options like username, email ID, password, and you will have a sign up option also. Like signing up is also very simple in GitHub. Like you just have to give your username, you have to give the email ID, and you have to give the password, right? And once it's done, I'm not sure why it's right. And they will ask you simple quiz, which comes in LinkedIn also these days, right? Yeah. And then you have to once sign up, once you have to just create account. And once the account is created, right, you can just go and log in. So this is just 2-3 information which they need, and then you can just log in. It's simple. And I'll just show you, like once you log in, you have to create a repository. So that I will just show you now. Okay. So we'll just go and like, I will just go ahead and like, I've deleted the other repositories in our accounts to show you like when you sign in, say with nothing in your account, how does it work? So let us suppose. Oh, okay. Once you sign in, this will be the page, right? Once first time when you sign in GitHub, this is a page. You can see here it's showing a repository. So guys, what is GitHub, right? It's more a contribution tool, right? What is it like? So normally what you guys do, right? You just create like files and you store like you whatever the coding you do or whatever the job you do, right? You just store it in your local machine. Okay, so that's good, right? But what happens, right? Let us suppose your system crashes tomorrow, then what will happen? Your file will lost. So one alternative would be like you can just keep your files maybe in some Google Drive or like you can store it on a cloud to avoid this system crash. But what's the difference? GitHub and all the Google Drive, what would be the difference here? And I will also show you, I will also tell you one thing, right? So maybe like even if you have seen in colleges, right? Let us suppose there are 2-3 people who are contributing, say, to the same project. 2-3 people are working on a same project, and they will have their maybe individual. They're working like it's the same project. 3 people working. They have just their separate folders in which they are working. Or you want versioning, like you make like let us suppose you are say creating a website and you made some changes and you want to keep a backup of that I know till this point my website was working fine, till this point it was working fine, and if I made few more changes it might stop working, right? Have you guys experienced this kind of scenarios? Like you take a backup and name it say _1, then you name it as say, and then you just make few changes, and then you just create a new folder with a few changes, and then you name it say _2 or version 1 or final 1, final like this. Have you guys done this? Like creating a folder, same copy of a same folder again and again for a backup purpose. Like yeah, till this point it was working fine. Now let's make more changes, and now like okay, I have done few more changes. Now it's working fine. Let's create a new copy, because sometimes what happens, we made more changes and stop working, and we even don't have the initial part or the working part. Have you guys explained, right? Initially, when people start working, they don't just start with GitHub. They do with either they will do it on their local system, or they like if the few people are contributing, right? People are not like they use shared folders or they use Google Drive and all, right? This is not the case. So what all this GitHub do, right? It allows you to like if there are multiple people who are contributing, right? It's a kind of a shared repository which multiple people can also contribute, and it also keeps your revisions. Like let us suppose, right? What's the problem is there are cases where we have a like we know, right? This point or we want previous revisions, we can just go to the previous revision also. So it's maintain all the revision also, and it allows the multiple people to contribute also. So normally, right, it's not in companies also single people is working, or revisions are very important because there can be an issue. Like let us suppose there's some new development which happened, but because of that, your system stopped working. So you can just it should be quick enough, like you should be quickly able to revert that. So for these kind of scenarios, always these are all GitHub, like this versioning tool. It's allow you to keep versions. it allows multiple people to contribute also. So it's a collaboration, like team organizations can work, and that's why we use. And what's there for in GitHub for students these days, guys, right? In resume also, people just put in the, like, they just upload their projects in GitHub and they just give that link of that GitHub project in their resume also. So that's why it's very important to learn GitHub, because you can just put the resume, like these days, like people just put their LinkedIn link in their resume. They just put whatever the projects are there, just they put their link also in the resume. Okay, now let's see how you can create a repository. So it's very simple. You just have to go to create repository, and it will show you your username here, and then it will ask you the repository name. So you can create repository with any name for this project, for this assignment, right? What you have to do for the assignment submission, you have to just do nest for code, right? Java batch 1. This will be the repository name, and it's being created in your own space, right? Because it's creating with your username. So multiple people can also create the same repository with same. Yeah. And you have to keep it public. So by default, it's coming as public, and you also have to keep it public. So we will also be able to access the submissions. You can initialize this repository with README file. So guys, what is README file? So whenever you create a GitHub repository, guys, yeah. So whenever you create a GitHub repository, it's like README file will have the basic details for a repository, that what it contains, or if it's a project, how to install it, how to use it. So all these details you can keep in the README file. And here you can just give me README file. You can keep a README file. It's the assignment. You can just give a basic details about the assignment, and then you just create repository. And so guys, for each project or each you don't need to create repository for each assignment, because one repository will have all the assignments in the different folders. If you are uploading, say, one of your other project, then you create a new repository for that project. So is it clear so far, everyone, that how to create a repository in GitHub? And repository is nothing, right? It's just a code base. Like whatever the code you are doing, it will reside them, and it will have that features of GitHub, which is there, right? Versioning and the other things. So is it clear whatever is covered so far, right? So we understand that what is GitHub and what is repository, but how to add their files or how to add your code. So guys, here you will see an option of add a file, right? And there the options are create new file. If you click on create new file, it will just create a blank file for you in the here repository only. But we don't want to type in something here, right? We just want to upload. So I think this option is not required for us. So we can just go in back. And here what we can do, whatever your files you want to upload, you can just go upload files. Okay. And once you click on upload files, right, you can see upload master. So there's branches and all also. If you guys want, like we can cover like how you can do GitHub through your command prompts or system also. But for assignment, that's not required. But if you will require all these details, we can also share it. If you will want, say, a advanced GitHub session, so we can just conduct maybe some catch up on that also. That should be fine. Yeah. So here you want to upload files, right? Yeah. So once you, so there are two options. You can also drag your files here, or you can choose your files, right? So once you click on choose your files, it will show you the options, right? You can just go to, say, folder, and then you can just upload the code. Okay. So let us suppose if I'm going, say, notes folder, I can just go to the, or we just wanted to say go for the, so we wanted to go for which part? We wanted to go for the coding part, right? So we can just go in our Eclipse workspace where you have saved your code, Eclipse workspace. And let us suppose this is day 2 code which we have done. You can just go here and you can select the code which you want to upload. Right? But there is a catch, right? You have to create a folder also of day-wise. And if you see, right, it's not giving you option to upload a folder directly. You cannot just upload your complete folder here, right? It's allowing you to, once I'm selecting a file, it's giving me an option to open, but when I'm selecting this folder, it's not giving me the option. So guys, what you can do, you just need to first create a folder here. Okay, so how to create a folder in GitHub? Okay, so before going here, right, what we have to do, right, here it's not giving you any options to create folder also, right? So what we'll do, we'll just go back and we'll just go for add file option. let us suppose we are saying new file. So here what you can do, you can just give a, so in the name you can just give a folder name. So what I will write here, we say write the day one, and then you click on tab. Should work. 1 second, guys. Okay, after day one you have to add the slash also. So whenever you are creating folder, right, I will just show you again. So whenever say we are saying add file, will this work in upload? No, I think so. 1 second, I'll just show you this thing. In the add file, just go to into create file, and whatever the folder name, you just have to give the folder name. And after folder name, you also have to give the slash. Like you can see slash here also, right? If it's not visible, I can zoom also. So you have to give this slash here. You have to manually type this, and it will, whatever you type here now, it will just create a folder for you, right? And in this folder, because you want to create a folder, and also here, you can just give a message. So what is the commit message? Like whenever you are, what is commit, right? Commit means you are uploading your file, and commit message means like whatever the changes you have done, right? So let us suppose if I'm just saying creating a new folder. So this can be optional, you can skip commit message also, but yeah, this is very important when it comes to companies, industries, giving a proper commit message. But yeah, for now, we can just skip this. And here, because we are creating a folder, right? We just need to create some file also. We can just create some random file. Or the option can be, you can just create your assignment file and then copy your code. Or for now, we'll be just creating say assignment.txt, because you cannot create an empty folder here with this, like UI. Okay, so now you have created a folder, and there you have created a folder day one, and you just created an assignment.txt file. So the one option can be, you just create an assignment1.java file and then copy paste your code. The other option can be, you can upload it. So I'll just show you how you can upload this file. So first thing would be creating a folder. And if you face difficulties in creating a folder, guys, you can just upload your Java files in the directory repository. That should also work. And now things comes in, right? You have to upload a file. So we are inside this folder, day one folder, you can see, right? And then we can go to add file. And then we'll go to upload files, right? And then we have to click on choose your files. And then wherever you want, like if you want to pick it from, say, your workspace, you just go into your folder, right? You just go into your Eclipse workspace. You just go into the project which you want. You just go into the SRC and you can just upload. So let's suppose assignment1.java, right? And once you upload it here, you have to commit this change, because unless or until you don't commit, it will not be pushed, right? And then you click on commit changes, right? So this is how we have committed this change. So you can see, right, in the day one folder, and this is our assignment file, right? And this can be accessed from anywhere because this is a public repository. So you have to just copy this link and you have to put it in the assignment folder. You can see the code here also, right? And you can see, right? You can see the difference here also. It shows you the code in a very formatted way, coloring and all things are there, right? It's very easy to see your code and evaluate also because it's properly indented and all, which should not be the case when you're uploading files on Google Classroom or Google Drives. And even like tomorrow, if you find any difficulties or any issues, you can also edit your files from here. You can just click on edit and you can change your code. And then after, once your changes are done, you can just commit changes also, like giving a message, change. And then you can click on commit change. I think we have not done any changes, so that's why it's not allowing us, because it's a duplicate file. Okay, we'll just say if it's allowed now, because to commit or to add new changes, like there should be something, it should not be identical file. Now we have changed the file, right? You can see by click on your repository also, right? You can see the different folders which are created, and you can see the commit message also. You can even, if you want to revert to old and all that, you can also. And this is a README file, which if you want, you can just edit it, or you can just put anything you want here, like something like maybe learning Java or something like this. Anything you can mention it. So this will be the way of your uploading the assignment. And you also have to commit everything, whatever you are doing. So this is how we can create a Git repository. This is how you can upload your files and how you can create your folders. Yeah, so, and you can also see, like, if you want to see the history of a files, you can also see the history here, like you can see, right? So guys, yeah, pull request, what is pull request? I will just explain you. And if you want someone ask, like, sir, what is pull request? So if you just say, let us suppose if I'm going, say, to any file, so you can just see pull request here, but here will not be a pull request. But yeah, if you want, guys, I'll cover all these in detail also in some other sessions, right? So what is pull request? So what you do, right? So what is the case? You have, like, there is a repository where, say, 10 people are contributing, right? Maybe I'll just show you with some diagram. Yeah. So this is a repository, let us suppose, right? Or this is a file which, say, 10 people are updating, right? So this is your file, which people will be changing, right? Or let us suppose there is a one guy like this, and there's one more guy which is here. I'm bad in drawing, guys. Yeah. So they both want to change files, right? And say this is a some intern, right, or some junior developer. And this is a, say, employee or a senior developer. Right. So what you have to do, like, because this repository, right, it's a main repository, like all of the people cannot commit or push the changes all together, because it might override the other changes, or your code might not need to be reviewed also once it's pushed to the main repository. So this guy, right, it will raise a first a pull request, and it will give it to its senior, right? It will raise a pull request that I want to push something to the repository. Please review my changes. In the pull request, all the changes will be there. Please review my changes, and once he reviews the changes, he will be able to push the changes. So pull request is something like we want to push something to a repository. For that, we will create a pull request. And once a pull request is approved, you can just merge it to the main file or the main repository. Merge means like pushing your changes to the main repository. For the assignment, you have to upload it with the .java extension only, guys. .txt file I just created because it doesn't allow you to create an empty folder. Now I can go and delete this file also, that would work. Right? Now it will allow you to delete this file also. Fork means, right? So guys, maybe I think I will take a separate session where we discuss all the GitHub things in detail. We'll spend more time, but I'll just tell you what is fork. Like fork means like you can just create a copy of that repository, right? It means that I will just create a copy of this repository for me, and you can also do the changes. Create a copy for you. And similarly, you can also watch the repositories, like if there is any change or anything, it will just notify you. And you can also start repository, it will show in your account that what are the start repositories are there.